guys, I got some great news for you guys who are out there restricted in your hearts, restricted in your bodies, restricted in your feelings. Listen, you have to go out there and embrace your weirdness. I always speak about evolution on this channel because it's a very important topic if we as a species are gonna finally move ahead of ourselves and stop being so crazy. Okay, listen, you have to actually embrace your weirdness. You embracing your weirdness is actually you taking a release from the pressures of conformity. Now, when you are releasing yourself from the pressures of conformity, we, by observing you, are actually getting a release from the pressures of conformity. So much of our life, guys, we have been conditioned that the screen is the only one that is actually allowed to actually show us images that are outside of our reality of understanding. But I'm here to tell you that that's not entirely true. Seriously, the screen doesn't have to be the only one who gets to be weird. You too can be weird. You too can actually express your quirkiness in front of everybody, because what I recently found out is that, man, that's a lie. What I found out long ago is that your thoughts are not private. Yeah, if you still think your thoughts are inside your own head, it's not true. The thoughts that you think are radiated in micro expressions, in your body language, in how you speak, in what you say, in what you do. And anyone who has 15 seconds to pay attention can see that. Yes, can see that all the thoughts you think, the things you think are private inside of only your own head. No, famo, they are blatant and as vivid as you shouting it out while holding a billboard, literally. So, what I'm saying to you is, when you are trying to hide your quirkiness, you'd be surprised how many people see it. It's just that we've taught ourselves a system of silence in order to hold space for people being themselves as well. But I'm here to tell you, abstractly so, that it is not only you who notices what you think behind the walls of your mind. It's not only you. You see, the reason why this is because we as a collective share a consciousness. What that if you don't know what that means, it means that we share awareness. This is literally the resemblance of the network that you are familiar with, the network that catches to your phone. Yes, we as a consciousness share a network, meaning that in this network we are able to search engine our way anything we would like to know about reality, determining about how focused our thoughts we are, but we are able to get answers quicker than others. But my point is that we share a consciousness. This consciousness is due to the fact that all is one. You are not separate from me, from you, from the screen, from that object, from that place, from that thing. All is vibration. So literally a vibration is something that is not still, it's moving. That's why it's vibrating. That's what energy is. It's not still, it is vibrating. So this basic vibration that is happening on all matter, whether it's solid, whether it's liquid, whether it's gas. All matter is vibrating. So some forms of matter vibrate faster than others. Like for example, solid is the slowest rate of vibration, because when something is solid, the molecules vibrates at a very solid rate. Then The second slowest is liquids. Then liquids vibrates very fast, faster than a solid. That's why you're able to enter into liquid. That's why you're able to jump into a pool. That's why you're able to drink liquid, because it's not as solid. Then you get gases. Gas is fluid um, the most fluid form of vibration that is in existence. So basically, when you notice the that the vibrations that you also emanate from your vocal cords, meaning sound and oxygen and also carbon dioxide, this means that this sound is literally vibrating through the oxygen and the carbon dioxide, the atmosphere that is actually in existence. So this means that you are not you are actually touching an energy that was already there, that just needed vibrating, just needed you to move it. It's the same when you take a rubber band and then you like pull on it and then it goes doing. You see that they what you're doing there when you go doing, you are activating the vibration. So in order to realize this, you must understand that we are one. You thinking a thought, remember, when you think your thoughts you hear yourself, right? So you hearing yourself means that there are vibrations within your own your own cranial capacity, but these vibrations, they are still vibrations, and they actually come out of your pores, come out of your blood. They literally flow in every part of your body. So us who are actually able, who are more sensitive to vibrations, we see you by the way you twitch your eye. You see, you start twitching your eye when certain topics are mentioned. We see you start making a slight face. Maybe you caught yourself in the moment. You you try to put back your anger, right? But we caught you, famo. You see, some of us are that quick. Our sharing guns just activate and then we just see everything. So we say that to say this, that your thoughts are not private. Therefore, it means that even if you're weird only in the confines of your thoughts, it means that we are perfectly aware. We are perfectly aware of what you think by the things you say, by the things you do. Your micro expressions, they give it away. They give it all away. Whereas some of us are clairvoyant, so meaning we can see thoughts. So who do you think you are coming thinking you are having private thoughts? It is clear who you are. So I come to you to say this. Come on, guys. Just be honest with yourself. If you are who you are who you are. Like, you can all dress the same. It could all be generic and one is all is one. But in the highest truth, guys, we share a network. That literally means that your thoughts, my thoughts, everybody's thoughts winds up in the same place. That's why even the darkest of secrets do not remain hidden for long. Worst of all, when you have a deep dark secret, it is the one that shouts the loudest. It's like, hey, I'm over here in his armpit. Then we'll be like, hey, yo, homeboy, what's in your armpit? He's like, no, nothing, man. I swear. He's like, yo, I'm in the armpit. Get me out of here. I'll be like, what? There's something in your armpit, homeboy. He's like, no, I swear, there's nothing in my armpit. Like, then the thing shouts loud, like, ah, I'm in the armpit. So we're like, bro, something is shouting in your armpit. And all of a sudden, bro, literally we start to see the little legs peeking out of the armpit. You start to see the homeboy fidget as he tries to shove whatever is under his armpit like tighter, tighter. Because it was never hidden. That's why like social media now exists, We because some things were just not meant to be hidden. People's lives, conspiracies, etc. You can go on the internet and find out whatever truth you like. Man, the whole internet was invented just so that people can capitalize on the secrets that are out there, the secrets to life, the secrets to why, what people want. Because it was first invented as a database collector to basically collect information on the people they are trying to serve. But I say that to say this, guys. Even the elite of the elites, in their private bunkers, in their private inventions, they cannot hide what they are thinking. They cannot hide what they are doing. Like somehow, some way, somebody's gonna say something. You saw Diddy, the diddler. You saw how he thought he was hidden, but all of a sudden, people were videotaping the experience the whole time. People were watching him. He thought he was alone in his things. He thought he had privacy. This is basically a reference to everything that is hidden. Even the deepest, darkest depths of the sea are known. If you walk about amongst the indigenous people, we will tell you all about what's under the sea. We'll tell you about the realities that live. We'll tell you how there's other worlds, how people actually breathe air under the sea. We'll tell you because we know. Now, this knowing comes because it is more of a memory. We remember things that are so deep it's not funny. We remember things that are so entrenched in our psyches, but seems the whole of humanity is somehow forgotten. We remember those things, but still they are real. Now, I say you gotta focus on your weirdness primarily because it's probably not only yours. You see, there is such thing as blood, and blood has DNA. DNA is basically an information database from about where the bloodline has been, what it has done, what it does. Because everything has a function. Even people's bloodlines in the collective have a function. That's why there's so much diversification with DNA. So this bloodline sometimes enacts habits, enacts patterns in order to show the people involved what they have to focus on, what is literally beneficial or what is detrimental. It's literally teaching them to watch out for certain things that they do in order to further progress in this game called reality. Now, most families only have a select few people that can actually see the things that go on that are holding the family back, whilst the rest of the family sometimes stays ignorant. Maybe they don't even listen to the person who can see what's happening. Maybe he jokes too much. Either way, they are basically not noticing the things that happen. But these things that happen, they happen because the bloodline is trying to progress, because it itself is a sentient being and actually can see into its past and can see into its future the same way you can. You ever think about how you once did a thing and then you ever fumbled a baddie, You ever fumbled a baddie or fumbled a relationship that could have helped you in your life? Well, the same way that you think about how you'd never ever wanna fumble a baddie, the bloodline does so too. They see. Now this is basically overstanding that everything has intelligence. The fact that everything vibrates means that it is intelligent and is aware. So this awareness is literally instructing us to recognize that, yo, everything has intelligence. You do too. So treat everything with intelligence, intelligently. Seriously, you must we understand that there are things that happen amongst us that are literally showing us ways to either progress or stagnate. Now, this whole quirky weirdness that you got going on is what's essential for the progression that is required. Since you are not trying to be quirky and trying to act normal, you are literally come acting like you are the same as Craig or Daniel, whilst you, Nkululeko, are not the same as Craig or Daniel. You are busy enacting their family roles whilst you are missing yours. Because in reality, the DNA did not make so many billion people. God did not make so many billion people just so that all these billions of people are gonna look and do the same thing. Because if that was the case, he might as well have all of us look the same. So this weird and quirkiness is how the DNA is evolving through time, trying to show you what is needed to be adapted in order for the bloodline to further progress. Because if it doesn't progress, it will eventually lead to extinction. You remember the Romans, how their empire wasn't built in a day? Yes, the bloodline itself notices what it is building on this in this earth and this reality. So you have to actually recognize that its intelligence is bringing about this weirdness within you. This weirdness is not just some kind of a game. This weirdness is literally the consciousness trying to show you what to adapt, because some people don't recognize when something has gotten boring. Well, I'm sure we're all guilty of that at some point in our lives, not recognizing when something has gotten boring. Like, not recognizing, like, hey, we've done this for a longest time. Because recently I've been recognizing, man, most of these cakes that I've eaten are sweet, you know? Not that I'm had a problem with that. I think cake is delicious, but man, how many cakes am I gonna have until I have enough? Probably not, never, or probably a certain number. But the point of the matter is, yo, man, you gotta notice when things have gotten boring. This is why there is always somebody, that one relative that shakes things up. And that person shaking things up is literally showing the light of how the reality needs to adapt. Therefore, you hiding your quirkiness is literally blocking others from evolving, blocking others from literally being free enough to do them, because they see you doing you. So you not doing you is holding back not only just your family, it's holding back us as a society. Because when we look around, we see everybody doing the normal thing, so now we feel that we have to do it too. But at the same time, if we saw you doing you, doing your family thing, doing the thing that is in your bloodline for generations, then only would we be free. We would actually see ourselves now finally break free from the molds of the previous societal rules, the molds that have been shackling us in our minds, because some of us actually have a whole racial memory of why things are the way they are. Some